And the reason why I asked this question, thank you. The reason why I asked this question to start the new year is for a couple of reasons. A lot of you came in here with big hopes. Bar none, every one of you here online knew that this was going to be a big lifetime for you. There was a lot of expectation back before you came in, or let's say when you were very young, that you were going to do something outstanding to help the planet. And some of you had dreams about it. I mean, either sleeping dreams or waking dreams. Many of you had aspirations to do something, invent something that was going to really help humanity, or create a business that was going to have a huge impact on the planet. And then it didn't happen. And then your life got derailed in a lot of different ways. And then that old dream, that feeling, this is going to be such a lifetime, and I'm going to do something significant for this planet to help bring it together, to help kind of kumbaya the whole thing, to end wars, and end hunger, and end slavery. Then you got sidetracked. You might have thought you had made mistakes or done something wrong, and then things started falling apart, and whether it's your work or your family or all the rest of that started crumbling apart, and then that dream, that knowingness, seemed like such a distant echo. And then you got to the point where it's just barely surviving. I mean, just keeping your wits about you every day and trying to keep your health in balance and all the rest of that. But I don't want that dream to go unrealized. I don't want that dream to go forgotten, because it's bigger than ever before. It's not what you might have expected. You might not be the one that cures cancer or finds a way to distribute food to the poor or invents some sort of new technology. You're doing something else. And you know exactly what it is. You're allowing your realization. That was what you felt way back when. This is going to be such an important lifetime. I'm going to do something important. And a lot of you think, oh, geez, my ego got in the way. I wanted to be a big shot and famous and everything else. No, actually, your motivation was to do something for the planet. Something really, really important. But it wasn't like what you expected. It wasn't being the CEO of a big company or the president of a company or of the United States. It's done very quietly. That's what you're doing right now. Right now. As much as part of you is saying, but I'm not doing anything. I want to scream when you say that. I'm not doing anything. I just sit at home, and I'm not, my name isn't in the headlines, and I haven't written a book yet, and I haven't started my new healing practice. You're doing what you came here to do, and it's done quietly. It's got to be done quietly. You're doing more for this planet than the one who figures a cure for cancer. It's a big statement, but it's very true. It just takes a few. Not religion, not rhetoric. It takes a few allowing themselves. That's all it takes. We're going to have a big discussion about that in a week with Pronos, what the hell is happening right now and why. It just takes a few. That affects more change than anything else. And not because you're proactively trying to change the world. Remember, that's being out of compassion. But when your light shines, to put it quite simply, your radiance illuminates potentials that they might not have ever seen. You just be standing at a coffee shop waiting for your coffee, and here comes a drug addict, what do you call, meth head, coming right behind you to get their coffee with the money they just stole. And you don't have to say a thing. You don't have to do hocus pocus on them or Reiki. Your presence is all that matters. That's it. Because your presence is, for lack of better words, light. It is awareness, consciousness. And suddenly they may see the potential that they're not a meth head, that they're not addicted, that they don't need to steal. And they might never even know this came from you, ever. They just know that suddenly they had a revelation while drinking their coffee and maybe thought their coffee was spiked or something, but that's what you came here for. That's what you came here for. I love feeling back into your aspirations and your desire for this lifetime, not really knowing exactly how it would turn out, but knowing that it would. And you're doing it right now. That's one of those statements that I have to keep saying because you still don't believe it. You're still like, it sounds really good, but Adamus must be talking to the person next to me because I'm not doing that much. You can't possibly imagine in the human logic what you are doing. And that's why I love working with you. That's why I love both provoking you, kicking your butt, and loving you. So let's take a good deep breath with that. Expectations. Planet isn't what you expected it to be. A lot of you thought it was going to be blown up by now. A lot of you thought everybody would get together. We'd have just this wonderful global planetary love and kumbaya. And neither has happened. But yet a lot is happening.